We're going to go out and do some work today. We're going to plant some nut seeds. I'm going to do this video in pieces. First thing I'm going to do is the harnessing up part. I tried several times to video harnessing up, but it's really hard to get a view that shows it. This one may not either. We'll see. Yes, you are. You're stupid with you. Silly goofy. Yes, silly goofy. It's up in the 50s today, 55 or so. I put this on the other night when it was going to get down to about 30 and rain all night. It's been miserable. So we go back and forth, on and off, on and off. Roughs up his hair. Being rained on curls his fur too. You may be one of those people whose hair curls up when it gets wet. And if you are, you could be a donkey, which would be highly valuable. Overall, less destructive to the world than humans. So maybe make the most of it. I don't know. Ow. Ow. Are you a kitty? Magic cat. Smocus Pocus, the magic cat. That's you. You're abandoned. No. Look out, you're in the way. Shoot. Look out, you're in the way. Shoot. You're not paying much attention here, Irvin. There you go. Usually I'd pick his feet out. Guess I better. They're awful muddy though. I think I'm going to try to move the camera before I pick his feet out. I've never got a decent video of it. I got a lot of videos of my ass while I pick out his feet, but not of my ass whose feet are being picked out. It's all very confusing. We'll get a relocation here. Okay, no guarantees. Maybe I'll still let you confuse my butt. I don't know. I'm not very good at this. Here, buddy, give me one. There we go. That's See, there was a rock in there, a piece of gravel. That's why you pick their feet out. Because those things are uncomfortable for them. This is the bad foot. This is the one with the deep crevice in it. That's what I'm working in now. So I'll get some hoof clay and try to pack that crevice so that it has more opportunity to heal. Crevice is right here, right along there. It's real deep. Exactly the day, but it won't be very long ago. A lot of this stuff, I just, you know, I just look at it and do what looks to me at that time like the best idea. I'm sure there's other people who have better ways to participate with. Easier and have it bandage in the way. All people can see is you. There. I just packed the white line part, which is the groove around the outer edge of the hoof. Up here in the front, it's kind of torn up plastic or something. It's that's what they call seedy toe. It's not as healthy as it could be. The packing's just there to exclude pathogenic organisms. It doesn't do much, if anything, itself. It has, you know, like aloe vera in it and some other comforting and healing herbs. Also, it excludes pathogens. That's a boy. Here. We need it. People took on tractors wasn't because they were better, it was because they didn't have to do this. They could just run out and jump on the tractor and start it. They didn't have to brush, hoof pick, and harness. Like my 8N, which is a 1949 tractor from the era when tractors were taken over, it doesn't walk any faster than a donkey. And in work gear, first gear, it's about the same speed as him. And it won't pull any more plow than my old two Belgian mares could pull. It just didn't require this care. That was the advertising thing. You don't have to feed them. You don't have to harness them up. You don't, you know. That was the selling deal. It wasn't whatever you think it was. It probably wasn't. And mostly, since my family was, my grandfather, my mother's father, was the person who sold all these tractors, I know what he was telling people because I was there. Okay. This harness comes in two pieces. One piece holds the cart and holds the mechanism together, and the other piece does the pulling. This is the part that holds the cart. This strap goes over his neck. That will hold up the part that does the pulling. This thing here is called a spider. It sits on his behind. Try to keep the fur from bunching up under it. You know how it is. It can be uncomfortable when your hair's all tangled up. Okay. This is the britchin. Goes around his behind end, and make it a little, I'm going to lengthen this strap a little. I'm adjusting this down because I've got it up a little too high. There, I like that better. Okay, the britchin has to go under his tail. I'm going to do the same thing over here, what I just did over there that you can see. You can't see it on this side, but it's the same deal. I'm just adjusting. Lengthening. Okay. This thing here is called a crupper. It goes around directly under his tail, right above his butthole, and it straps there. And what it's for is just to provide an anchor point for this part that goes down his back. This is the back saddle. It's cushioned to support the load without giving him discomfort. That cushioning is lambskin with lamb's wool on it. This is a belly band. It buckles here. This thing here, I hooked these next two straps to. These straps are not really critical. They're handy because I don't always use things that require his britchin. It needs to keep the britchin from falling around when it's not in use. Once he's hooked to the cart, the straps won't perform any function. Here's the breast collar and traces, and it's all just one big long strap. It goes from there around to there. These rings here fasten to this to hold it up. And if I had a shoulder collar, horse collar, he could work better. This is not the most efficient. It's just the easiest to make, and since I don't work him real hard, it works because he could apply more force to the load if this collar laid right here along the surface of his shoulders. This point right here, that's his point of maximum force. He can put more force right on that point than anywhere else without any alteration in the amount of work he's doing with his legs. That's where most of the force wants to go. Now this thing does ride there, but it's still not fully efficient. Once I've got it on, I tuck it inside the belly band. And there's a hook right up here that it hooks on. That's where it stays when it's not working. Now I'm just doing the same thing over here that you just saw. Got a buckle here. I buckle it to this over the neck strap. It supports this side of the breast collar. Putting it behind his belly band and hanging it up. Now, that's all he needs if I'm going to work him on a lead rope, which I am. But because I want to train him to return to, I worked him on a bit for a while, and I rushed him, and he got uncomfortable and he got angry about it, so I quit using it. Now what we've done is we've returned to all our, when everything's get hard, I go back a few steps and I start with things we already really knew well. And then I slowly move back towards the thing that got hard until I can get to it and get him up to it. So we're going to go back to wearing the bit, but he's not actually going to, I'm not going to hook the lines to it. I'm not going to make him do any work with it. He's just going to wear it so that he'll have it in his mouth, and and it'll be all right. His bit's made out of rubber. He's got it up in his teeth, and he's chewed it up a fair amount a few places. I need to get him a new one, but since we're not going to be doing much work yet, it's not going to hurt. I use these hooks, and I strap the bit to these rings on the sides of his halter. So I don't have a separate bridle like many people do. This strap here is going to go under his chin so that the bit can't pull sideways. I didn't have that at first. That's how I got some of that damage on it. Oops, I got it. There we go. Okay, this bit's arced, and so you have to turn it so that the high end of the arc is out. Okay, but here we go. There we go. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. That's my boy. There we go. Okay. Now, let me see if I got that on here right. No, I don't. I didn't think I did. It was going on too hard. I got his lead rope tangled up inside it. There. That's better. All these things are just to communicate with him, and so what I always need to do is to make sure that they cause him the least possible discomfort, because you don't control them with pain. You control them by them agreeing to be controlled, and then you just communicate the ideas that you want them to understand. The point of this bit is not to hurt his mouth. Is to apply a little pressure to turn his head this way. Come on, buddy, here. Turn your head. And to turn his head this way. So, okay, I got to go in. Let's see. He's all harnessed up. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to go inside and get him a fistful of treats, although I have some now. Here's a treat. That's right. See, he gets a treat. Let me put the bit in his mouth. The way his life works is when he does things that are somewhat difficult for him and that please me, he gets treats. So I'm going to turn this video off. I'll start a new one for the work.